Thank you for your attendance tonight at this wonderful event, Avenue to Awareness. Tonight we'll go on a journey with a group of amazing young men and women who will not only share some personal experiences with mental health, but also some important messages around how we can take time to improve our own mental well-being. Our next speaker is going to be Kailyn, and she's going to speak about self-esteem.
Hey. When you're a teenager, it feels like the whole world is against you. Our relationships change with our parents, our friends, and ourselves. With the world around us changing, keeping a healthy self-esteem is crucial in developing our own identities and resilience, but it's also really hard. For most teenage girls, whether we realize it or not, we are constantly competing with each other. And it's not always our own fault. Our lives are consumed and controlled by technology. And in the 21st century, it's a near impossible task to defeat this invisible villain. So, unsurprisingly, an abundance of teenage girls are registered to at least one social media platform. In fact, up to 97% of phone-bearing teenagers have used social media in their lives. But it's not the accessibility of social media that's the problem here. It's the ripple effects that follow. To make matters worse, those with the largest social media platforms present unrealistic depictions of what beauty should look like. Shown here are among the most influential social media figures in the teenage world. Although these girls are undoubtedly beautiful by definition, their seemingly flawless images are unrealistic for those struggling with body image. If teenagers comparing and competing with each other weren't enough, the entertainment industry goes above and beyond to make sure that looking in the mirror and liking what you see is a near impossible task. To catch you up to speed, these characters belong to some of the most popular teen shows in the last decade. Although all ranging in their 20s, each of these actors were hired to play 16-year-olds. Because teens representing teens apparently isn't appealing enough. We flip through magazines, scroll through social media, and watch television, and somehow we end up hating ourselves. But the truth is that everything is not as it seems. In 2006, Dove began a campaign with the intention of exposing what actually goes into achieving these looks. My goal here isn't to shame. It's to show you that everywhere we look, we are force-fed a constructed image on what beauty is, or at least what it's supposed to look like. This in turn leaves impressionable young girls with damaged self-esteem as they struggle to compete with the impossible. Western culture has been slaving away for years to create what is deemed to be the picture of health, because health and beauty are almost always tied together. When you think about a healthy body, chances are you envision a flawless, slim figure with a perfect set of abs. In reality, the definition of health illustrates a very different picture. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease. It almost insinuates that mental health is just if not more, important than having a bikini-ready body. Here's an assortment of highly skilled, professional female athletes. Each of these ladies has a significantly different body shape, and yet every single one of them is perfectly healthy. Bodies come in all different shapes and sizes. Knowing the difference between what health is and what society thinks it should look like is imperative in breaking down self-esteem and body image issues. Without this public perception on beauty, teenagers would have one less obstacle to face when they try to love themselves and their bodies. Although technology leads the charge in influencing how teenagers see themselves, the impact of surrounding adults can have quite possibly a more significant effect. Regardless of realizing it or not, everything that you say leaves an impact on those around you. Whether you're fat shaming a girl at the beach in her swimsuit or talking about your own bodies without love and respect, there are intergenerational effects that follow that mean your sons, your daughters, your nieces, and your friends can find it that much harder to love themselves. American playwright and activist Yves Embler released a thought-provoking interpretation of how adult women view themselves and the lack of parallels between Western culture and traditional African culture.
Every woman is beautiful in her particular way, really. And some are more beautiful in the way that you're supposed to look. But if we developed eyes and we developed the spirit to see beauty in a different way, you would see every woman is beautiful. There was a great experience I had when I was in Africa. And this one woman in the middle of the fields outside of Nairobi in the Rift Valley, I said, "Do you like your body?" And she looked at me like I was crazy. You know, like I'd come from, she was like my body, like my body. Ooh, my body. I love my body. I love my hands. Ooh, my fingers. Look at my fingers, my fingernails. Little crescent moons, my hands. Look at my hands. And my arms, so strong. They carry me along, my arms, so strong. Ooh, and my legs. My legs can wrap around a man and hold him there. But my breasts, I was like, whoa, whoa. And I said, I don't know how to do that, Leah. I don't know how to love my body. And she said, what's wrong with your body? And I said, well, I have this stomach. And she goes, stomach? Your stomach is meant to be seen. So she said to me, Eve, do you see that tree? Do you like that tree? Now look at that tree. Do you like that tree? Do you say this tree isn't pretty because it doesn't look like that tree? Do you say this tree is ugly because it doesn't look like that tree? You're a tree. I'm a tree. You've got to love your tree. Love your tree.
A lot of the time, the domino effects that shape how young women see themselves are unavoidable. However, as significant figures in teenagers' lives, just like mine, there are ways that you can help us to navigate the rocky journey that is puberty. Acknowledge the sources that contribute to the negative body image and see their true nature, much like the Dove campaign. Celebrate valuable achievements that support young girls' talents, skills, and personalities. Don't just focus on looks. And be a good role model. Think twice about how you speak about yourself and how you speak about others. You might not think it, but what you say and what you do makes a world of difference. Thank you.